Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to LC Chess. This is game number 134 of 1000. On this series, I'm playing 1000 games of chess, trying to improve a little bit every day till we get to that 1000th game and see how far I've improved. Right now, the improvement has halted. I have been losing, I think we're up to 3 or 4 games in a row now. I think it's 3 games in a row. Our ELO is back to 1300. But silver lining, I think I have figured out the root cause of my recent struggles. The last 2 games I've played, maybe the worst 2 performances that I've put together in the series so far. They were just brutal, especially yesterday's game. Yesterday's game was so bad. Not even going to go over it. But I noticed that 3 or 4 games ago, I had multiple games where I had low time in the end and I was making blunders. I made a draw in a game where I had a winning position, and then I ended up losing a game where I had a winning position just because of low time. And I think that subconsciously made me play faster in the last couple games. I noticed one of the advantages of filming yourself playing these games is that you can go back and take a look. And when I did take a look, I noticed that I played so much faster the last 2 games because I think in my head, I was remembering those 2 losses, or that loss and that draw because of low time. So I said, internally, I was thinking, okay, now I need to play a little bit faster. When in reality, that's not the case. In reality, you just have to play your game. And I have strayed away from that the last couple. And I've paid for it. I've paid for it with my precious ELO points that I would love to get back. So we're down to 1300. And we need a game. We need a game that we can win. And I think that'll be today. Let's hope so. All right. 134. Yeah, 134. Playing a 1280. Another American. I don't think I've played an American in a while. Get to play a Hikaru. Very comfortable with the Hikaru. They're going to give us just the fantasy variation. I don't think this is the fantasy. I think it's the fantasy if they play d4. Going to keep the tension here. I'm going to Hikaru my dark square bishop. I like the idea. This is going to be... We're going to have some open lines here that we can take advantage of, hopefully. Haven't played this variation in a while. My opponent plays bishop f4. I think I can take advantage of that right away by taking the queen out. If they decide to take my knight, I feel like that's just a waste of time. Yeah, let's do it. I guess they can take this. All right, can't take that now. Could have taken, but I would have had an attack on the b2 pawn. Oh, this is just a fork. Okay. Do I take the rook? I think I do here. But I need to be worried because then my rook's going to hang. If I take the rook, the queen comes, and then this rook is going to hang. I don't see a way out of that. Let's slow down a little bit. Yeah, my opponent's in a rough spot right now. Let's just take this pawn. Let's just take this pawn. They're going to have to spend some time. Yeah, they're going to have to spend some time getting their position a little bit better. And I think we can use that to develop and castle. Also, this dark square bishop is very useful to me. If it came off the board, that would be a little scary because I would lose some defense of the king. Yeah. From there, I think we're just going to back up, right? Just back up. Now we're just up a knight. Now we're up a knight. I'm proud of myself there that I didn't just blindly take that rook, because that would have created some counterplay for my opponent that didn't need to be there. I think I'm analyzing that correctly. My queen's under attack. Let's move it. Just back up. Back up. Let's play a little bit slower today. A little bit slower. Now the king's in the middle of the board. They cannot castle. We're going to keep developing. I think I'm going to castle soon. Yeah. Let's castle. Play e5 in the future. e5, maybe knight f5. Definitely want to get the bishop out. e5 and maybe take the knight. Be cool with that. Opens up the position even more. I guess it does allow their bishop to get out at the end. Actually, it wouldn't, because the pawn would be there. It would open up their rook, which is another thing that I have to weigh in my decision. So I don't think I will take the knight. Might just take the pawn, because their king is wide open in the center of the board. Chess principle: if you are castled and the opponent's king is in the center of the board, you should open up the position, which I think I'm going to try to do. Got to get back to the principles. After a brutal week, just got to remember what we were taught. Right. Opponent backs up, and I think I will take. If they take with the bishop, I take with the knight. Okay. I don't like that this rook can come here. Takes. This is a check. If we just come in with the knight. Come with the knight, try to get this bishop off the board. Less pieces, the better for us. My opponent goes after the queen. I can give this check here. I don't know exactly what that'll do. Probably just allow them to develop a bishop. Does add a pin. Let's give the check and then move the queen. I see a check here, and then I see a check here after they block with the bishop. Let's do that. Check. Block with the bishop. And then a check here will force a queen trade, or they can just move out of the way. Can also just block with the pawn. They block with the pawn, I take the pawn with the knight. Let's go here. Block with the pawn, take the pawn with the knight. Because the rook protects. Or they can go back with the bishop. Ooh, didn't even see that. Alright. Kind of like what we did here. If I go queen b6, I'm going to be on the same file as the rook, but I don't think that's too bad. Let's just go here. This pawn is going to fall. I think we still have too many attackers, right? Takes. Yeah, we still have too many attackers. Yeah, and we got our bishop too, so we're just going to take that. Then I also have this tactic. Okay, I think they missed it. This is a check that wins a bishop. Well, it's a trade. It's pretty much a trade. Okay. I have this check. And if they move, I fork the king and the queen. All right, my opponent resigns. That is a game that we needed. I think opponent would like a rematch. Gonna have to decline for now because we're playing one game today, but they did play well. That was a game that we needed. Yeah. That we were able to find some tactical things there that we were not able to find the last couple games. Just by slowing down a little bit. It's not like I even played super slow. I just slowed down, tried to see the threats, and tried to make decisions based on those thoughts. Like, I was very close to just autopiloting something like e5 here. I forget what I was talking about, but I mean, just completely, this knight's hanging, and it forks the king and the rook. Question is, should I have taken the rook here? Yeah, even this move. See, even this move I could have taken, and I didn't. But it hangs for another move, and I take advantage there. Should I have? No, I shouldn't have taken the rook. Okay, I played the best move by taking on d5. I thought that, yeah. So if I take, they take my bishop. Okay, now my rook's hanging. So okay, I can block with the pawn. So I would survive here, but I mean, this is scary. Good God. I would survive. I wouldn't lose a rook, but I think it just allows a little too much counterplay, especially with this pawn here. So I think I play the right move there. Retreat the bishop, live to fight another day. We have a huge advantage that we can try to take advantage of. Take advantage with. I don't really know what I'm saying now. Forgot how to talk. E5. Break open the center because the opponent's king is in the center. This is the kind of chess that I need to get back to. I throw this check in. I could have thrown. Should have thrown. Should have thrown the check in with the queen in this position. I just like the fact that I could come here. I didn't really catch the fact that the bishop could go back to d2, create a counterattack on the queen, which wins my opponent a little bit of time, but we're going to win this pawn when it's all said and done. 4 attackers. And from bad to worse. And my opponent resigns. All right. Back to 1308. We didn't cross underneath 1300. We hit 1300, but we didn't cross back underneath, which is good. That's a win for me. As long as I can stay above 1300, I'm pretty happy. I still think this is an extremely high elo, even though I've been here for maybe close to a month now. But mentally, I don't think that I'm a 1300, so I think I need a little bit more time here to convince myself. The last couple games did not convince me that I was a 1300, so hopefully we can continue this streak. I guess we have one game, so it's not a streak, but I hope we can turn this into a streak. But with that said, we're done today. See you guys tomorrow. Thank you for coming out. Appreciate it. And yeah, be safe. All right. Thanks.